what I want to do is, for my final summary, I want to demonstrate how I do these things. Other than doing an actual cooking show, I actually made some dessert. So from episode 3, I made my Kahlua caramel almond pecan bread pudding, croissant pudding. So please have some. For those who can't do booze or nuts, there is one that's just good old vanilla custard with chocolate chips and score English toffee bits. So please enjoy those. I do not have a dairy-free, gluten-free option. Sorry. And I guess what I wanted to say, because this is going to be part of the summary, I was going to do the montage of stuff, is that when I came to the course, I'm not really a formal school teacher. I'm an MFA artist doing performance art, doing spoken word, and things like that. And I was kind of nervous. I'm like, oh, social media, this is okay, I can do this, because I just need 3 paragraphs for my thesis paper, and I'm good. I'll take this course. And what I learned was, did that come up wrong? I hope not. I love this course. Okay. No, what I learned was that I learned so much about how we communicate through the educational part of it, and more specifically how we perform ourselves. Some of the conversations that when I first came in, I felt like I was really pushing for this idea of, I need to talk about how we perform ourselves, how are we behaving online, how do we manage and moderate these bullies and all this stuff that happened a lot in the last few conversations, in the last few lectures, which was amazing. And what I didn't realize was, on a very personal level, is like how much I exposed myself online. I tend to sit on things and not post them because I'm scared of the comments and feedback. I'm an actor, I'm an artist who is usually quite insecure about, please like my work and these things, despite how I present myself sometimes. And I learned that was something that was very revealing. So in my last few blog posts, I talked about that, where my first few videos were like, let me make sure I show you my good knife skills or what my mama taught me and all these things. But then as it went on, I'm like, wow, I'm acting really gay on TV, or really Asian, or really any of these other agendas that I didn't really included. And so that inspired this last piece that I wrote, really inspired by this class. And so I don't know if I'm going to stand for this, but I'm going to just read this spoken word piece as my last part of my project. Sound okay? Another point of exposition and transparency or whatever. I've been on a few different committees, and recent news about that are I'm on a few different committees that revolved around activism and social advocacy and anti-oppression. And recently, with the Fergusons, the John Gamashi, all these things, it's taken a lot of my time because there's been a lot of meetings, and I have been named by peers of mine, and I'm very honored to be called an ally. And so there's been a lot of listening to a lot of things online and in person about personal traumas and things. So that really colored this piece. All right, here we go. Okay. I'm kind of goofy up in front, but then when I start doing things, it's really depressing. So, no, really. Okay, here we go. Womb to tomb, sperm to worm, brothers for life, blood brothers, up from other mothers, and all I ever wanted was a bromance. Traded my fairy wings, fitting through the hills, just a boy crying wolf, looking for my wolf pack. Big boys who can huff, puff, and blow, big boys with big hands, big teeth, big bones, all the better to beat me with. I was never raised to bite back. I was raised to be lamb for slaughter, so I learned to cook. Give them everything they want. Feed them full of themselves so that they might miss seeing you slip in and always say yes. And learn that there is nothing so great as an honorable man. The man who fights for freedom, who disregards his mother's cries to not go and do that brave thing, who disregards his lover's cries of be there for my unborn child, who disregards his human duty to be a hero in the eyes of his fellow man. The problem with honorable men, taught that their words are worth more than your life, taught that their code is worth all of your silence, taught that no matter how short they are, they will always look down on you. The problem with honorable men is that everything they learned in kindergarten did not measure up to what they learned in the locker room after practice, or magazines under their bed, or the histories they all too often forgot to clear. I was raised, displaced in this place, alienated despite my genitals, because my mother always said, you can't compete with the white boys, they are too big for you. Because my father always smiled and bowed his head, regardless if the men were listening or laughing at him. Because I did not understand their fear, I could only join in being afraid. So I ran away to Regina. I found a space to speak where no one knew my name. I found a community that I did not care to be a part of. A big city beta fish in a small golden prairie, protected by winter so no one could find me. If the stories are all we are, Thomas King, then my successes are comic relief and life is nothing but a tragedy. I want to create a space where people feel safe to be, where we don't have to speak, where we don't have to teach, where I can cook, where friends are always welcome at my table, where we learn to be more over food and wine and not have to commiserate over bullies online, when I don't resent you because you were raised to rule me. Where food is affordable and doesn't leave me homeless again, because between Sastel and Safeway, there isn't much left for tuition or rent. Where I don't sit naked in an empty apartment with nothing but ice on the windows because I agreed to be graded by you. Scared of the work, scared of who I speak for and what you must think of me after we're done. But I'm speaking anyway. And as Maya says, at our best we are teachers, so I'll learn from you, from me, for us, because in the small golden prairie, in a world is a portal to a world that is peopled, who eat, who make amazing food, tell amazing stories, who are gendered and live along power lines between coping and strategizing to survive. I was a displaced alien looking for a home, and I realize now that no one is home, not here in one place. So what we make is nothing but a lattice, augmented in the belief it is real, where we hold each other in story tales to amend the spiraling freefall, where every meal is a last meal, and even those honorable men are welcome to sit. So by planting your story in me and my truth in you, we can see homes we've built, all temporary until the end. Yeah, there we go. Oh, thanks. Oh my God. Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's going to be online. It's going to be the montage of like my outtakes of smoke alarms and burnt food and all these things. But thanks for hanging out. And can I just quickly pan everyone here? Is that okay? You can say no. Just duck and cover your face. Okay. I'm all about consent. What? And then maybe we'll watch them eating the food, and if that's good, then we'll see. Okay, bye.